Team GB's been forced into a stunning backflip on its 2024 Olympic kit after outrage from fans. British Olympic Association says a classic red, white and blue kit will be used in Paris after a flag in shades of pink and purple was slammed as diverse and woke. Joining me now is comedian and broadcaster Steve N. Allen. Steve, first of all, the N in your name.
Yeah, what are you going to guess?
Well, your name, I've been told reliably, is actually Stephen. And you split the N from Steve to put it in the middle. What's that? Is that for diversity? Is that inclusion?
It's none of those. It's equity, which is not the one you're thinking of. It's the Actors Union. But technically, sounds like I'm woke. Well done.
Yeah, it does. Right, what do you make of all of this? Is this the right call by GB Olympics to go back to the old flag?
It's the only call they could make, really. I feel slightly sorry for them because the flag that's upset everyone has been on sale for ages. And the only reason we're so upset is because of the Nike, however you pronounce it, debacle from the other week. Sometimes I wear Nike kits when I'm going out for a quick bikey ride. That's not right. But the team, the St. George's Cross mess up where they decided to change the colours. They went, again, for a purple and blue hue on the back of the kit. Now, admittedly, that one wasn't apparently about wokeness. It was an homage to the training kit of the 1966 team, which also is a bit mean because that means even if England managed to do well at the Euros and win, they won't have done as well as the flag that's on the back of their neck. And it just meant that people were ready for any flags that have been messed with. People don't like flags being messed with. People get upset. Otherwise, burning them wouldn't really impact anyone other than Greta. So it's a risky business to change a flag. This one's been on sale for ages, but because of the pushback, they're now saying that there will be the traditional Union flag on the outfit. I imagine there's a lot of Team GB bosses having to pull some all-nighters, doing a lot of sewing to get those little flags on the arms so that no one kicks off.
I don't get the massive outcry with this flag, though, because it's still quite, to me, it's quite still clearly the flag of Great Britain. It is still the Union flag. Yes, it's been messed around and updated. It looks kind of futuristic, but this is not the flag that they'll be hoisting up when we win gold, when we're hearing the national anthem, when we're standing there proud. But we'll use the actual Union flag. We won't use this one. This is to shift merchandise, and that's what we've got to do, make some dough.
That's exactly. Well, I don't know. I feel it's the wrong people making money out of this. Somewhere there'll be a design team who quoted £1 million and just have to justify why they need that much money. So they've redesigned the thing that no one needs to redesign. But by redesigning it, that means you can copyright it. So I'm sure it means you can't have replica kits just knocked out down the market, not as easily as if they were just using the standard colours. So that feels a little bit cynical that they're doing this for no good reason. You can have a perfectly good-looking kit with the original colours, maybe change a hue of the red or the blue could be a surprising one. But to do it that much, you're right, it's so they can put it on water bottles and flog stuff to us that we don't particularly need.
Now, when Nigel Farage was in charge of UKIP, when he was their leader, he bastardised the Union flag and he made it this weird purple hue in line with their pound shop logo. So why was that okay? But now he's outraged. I know you're mates with him. I know he's one of your mates. Why is he so outraged about this flag being changed? But it was okay when he changed the flag.
Yeah, I mean, part of the defense, I do think it's hypocrisy to be upset by it. It's a thing that you shouldn't particularly care about. It's a stupid thing for sports companies to do and cynical for the money, but to be too outraged by it feels like you're doing that just for effect. Political parties, though, do have to stick to their colours, I suppose. So most political parties at some point will have a leaflet that tries to use the flag and they'll do it in their own colours as well. It's a bit easier if you're the Conservatives or Labour because at least you're already on brand. But if you're a bit late to the political party and end up with a purple, then what else are you going to do? But yeah, loads of people try and redesign the flag and put it on their merchandise. People are only upset about this because of the St. George's Cross thing the other week, though, because these items have been on sale for months and no one cared because we all saw what it was, as you say, merchandise flogging. But now we're hyper vigilant. Anyone messes with any sort of cross and we're going to kick off.
Yeah, but actually on that point, why do some countries get their flags changed like this and not others? Because this ain't going to happen in Saudi Arabia. You go to Saudi Arabia and they say to the Saudis, good news, guys, we've changed your flag. This is a rainbow. How you like that? It ain't going to happen.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
Bold choice. Yeah. I mean, there are some flags you couldn't do it to as well. I mean, changing the color of a flag, if you were like, hey, France, here's our idea. We're going to use your tricolor, but we're going to go for gold, red, and black. And oh, it looks like Germany won. So there are some flags that don't have enough of a design. They are basically just colors. But I suppose with a Union flag, it's such a pattern that is so rarely copied that you, as you say, you know what they're aiming for, but it does come across as a bit of a swing and a miss. Purples and pinks. What is this? The Teletubbies?
Yeah, it kind of feels like in Britain at the moment, we as a nation are starting to feel like we are under attack from everyone. And even these companies, whether it's Nike or Adidas, it feels as if they are all trying to stop us from being proud to be British, and they're slowly changing the flag. St George flag's changing England kit. This flag's changed for GB. And I think the public actually just had enough, and it's like, nah, just leave our stuff alone. We like it as it is.
Yeah. I think we're making the wrong decision as well, because it is true to say, certainly for the St George's flag, the St George's cross has a bit of an interesting past, and it has become synonymous with racist groups. But don't let them win. Don't be like, what's that? The racist groups like that flag. Let's never use the flag again. Let's give them more flags. No, reclaim the flag. Have it on your kit. Be proud of it, and you'll water down the impact, the negative impact in the past. The same is not necessarily true of the good old-fashioned Union Jack, is it? The Union flag is not quite as synonymous, but I think the sports companies are doing the same thing, aren't they? They're watering it down so that a certain group of people won't push back. Well, those people shouldn't be pushing back. We should be reclaiming it from any sort of group that you don't want to own your flag.
Steve, you're absolutely right. After the show, me and you, out tonight, let's get it tattooed here on our faces. Now, moving on slightly, Team GB isn't alone in being forced into a kit change, with the German football team announcing the number 4 on its new jersey will be redesigned amid claims it bears a striking resemblance to the logo used by the Nazi SS units. Steve, it's quite clearly a homage to the SS, no?
Is it?
What were they thinking?
Yeah. I mean, if you want something that's linked to far-right groups, I suppose the SS is one of them. I feel really sorry for them, though, for Adidas. This is what's happened, by the way. I was growing up, Nike and Adidas. You knew what you were doing, but somehow we've had to rebrand it like Paula Abdul. That was never a thing. But I do feel a bit sorry because it's just an unfortunate font. It kind of looks a bit like, if you were to italicize them, I suppose it's getting a bit like the S's from the SS. And in Germany, obviously, they are very keen on not having 2 S's together, which is a tricky language. That's why they have that weird B to replace the 2 S's. I think that's why they did it. But also, I'm not a football expert, but why have they got 44 players? It seems like quite a high up number when you've got 11 men.
Yeah, I think the way it works, back in the day, when we were kids, it worked that you had like 21 or whatever, 22 in your squad, and you had to have one of those squad numbers. But these days, players can pick whatever the number they want, pretty much. I think up to 50 for national service.
Right.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. National service is an interesting phrase
national
for it
service.
as well.
Yeah, that's a good term. But with the SS on the back of the Adidas there, what about the rock group KISS? They literally have the SS. I mean, granted, 2 of the members are Jewish, so maybe they get away with it. But they're allowed to do it. Why can't Adidas and Germany do it?
I honestly think Adidas would have been able to if they hadn't have overreacted. If they would have said, look, this in no way has anything to do with the SS. They're not even S's. These are numbers, not letters. But I think they tried to spin it in a way that made it look like they were definitely not erring on the side of favouring a certain part of German history. So in some way, it's been an overreaction. They're clearly not S's. If now we have to go through anything that looks vaguely like it has some sort of an S in it and kick off about letters, then they're going to end up, spending most of their time having to use Tipp-Ex.
I remember there was one footballer, I forget who it was, but he wanted number 69 on his kit, and that was banned because of you know why.
Look, I'm not in favour of the SS, but I tell you what I am in favour of. If anything should be promoted in this world.
Thank you, Steve.